Hey guys, today I'm trying a little bit of a different video. Today I'm going to be reacting to his story. This is his latest video, not his most popular video.
Hey Mom, are you feeling up to playing some
Let's get
chess?
right into it.
Hey Mom, are you feeling up to playing some chess?
Hold on. Am I subscribed? Oh, I am subscribed.
I always had to ask what her energy level is since she's had MS. Yeah, honey.
What her energy level is since she's had MS. Yeah, honey.
Okay, I hate to pause it again, but what is MS? I don't know what MS is.
It'd be great. We started playing. Don't go easy on me this time, Mom. I'm serious. I never go easy on you. Yeah, right, Grandmaster. She did 3 moves and I was already in trouble. I love playing chess with you, Mom.
Grandmaster?
I was already in trouble. I love playing chess with you.
See, if I played, I can't even beat my cat in chess. Sorry.
I love it too, son. I cherish every moment I get to share with you. That hit me hard. I choked back tears. You're my best friend, Mom.
I choked back tears.
Wow.
You're my best friend, Mom.
I will say but I don't know what I was gonna say. But it's heartwarming. I like these stories.
Hugged and kissed. Then she made a chess move. Sorry, son. Checkmate. We shared a smile. Can I ask you something? Of course. Why haven't you left Dad? I was about to. Then I got sick. And to be honest, I didn't have the energy.
Left Dad.
Sick, and to be honest, I didn't have the
Wait, sorry, I paused again. But she's sick and that's why she's in the wheelchair, or is she just in the wheelchair because she's getting old?
For a fight. Because you know how controlling he gets. He'd get his big shot lawyers, and he'd try to take you from me. I can't imagine my life
lawyers, and he tried to take you from me. I can't
without you around.
Wow.
Makes sense.
That
Has he said
sucks.
anything lately about finding the cure? No, unfortunately.
Anything lately about finding the cure? No.
The
unfortunately.
cure? Wait, she has MD. I think she
He
has
claims
MD,
that there are
or
no
am I
trials
connecting
at
the
all.
pieces?
That makes no sense, Mom. That's what his company is supposed to be doing. I don't think you're going to need him anyway. You're going to beat it. Besides, your birthday's coming up tomorrow.
Need
That's
it.
right. I totally...
Besides, your birthday's coming up tomorrow. That's
Is
right.
MD? Hold on. I need y'all to answer this in the comments. This is my last pause. Is MD like cancer?
You forgot
or
about it.
something?
What do you want to
Tell
do?
me in the
I'd like to go and
comments.
see the park. I love the turtles. You got it. Later that night, I wanted to ask my dad again about any recent
What
trials
type of
on
park has turtles?
Ask my dad again about any recent trials
I'm
on
gonna turn on
MS.
subtitles.
And before I could walk
Oh, I
in-
know there's subtitles already on the bottom.
MS.
his
Oh,
office,
it's
I
MS,
overheard him
not
on the
MD.
phone. Shut down
My
those
bad.
cancer trials. Why do you think? Because we make way more
Those cancer trials. Why
What?
do you think? Because
money
So
on
it is
treating the
cancer.
symptoms.
No, never
It's
mind.
that
Y'all don't have to-
simple.
don't
I
tell
froze
me.
and wondered, is he doing that with MS? I needed to find out, so I waited until 2 a.m. Then my hands trembled with
What?
fear as I snuck into my father's office and searched through his drawers.
Yeah.
I did it as quickly as I could because if he caught me, it would be very bad. I found a case
Hurry
file
up.
that had pictures of test tubes
waiting.
and vials and was labeled Acquisition BCL
Test
2019. Westmore Pharmaceutical acquired a lab in New Jersey
What is
that had
this?
developed a compound called
I don't
Helix
understand anything
14.
right now.
I saw the name John Kendrick.
called Helix 14.
Helix
I saw the
14,
name
cool.
John Kendrick.
John Kendrick, founder of Helix 14. Kendrick, residence 24, Brookview Drive, not Doctor. Not Doctor, Drive. Chester, NJ 0.
And it said he was the founder of Helix 14. I saw his picture, along with his wife. I wrote down their address in New Jersey. Helix 14 has been...
Down their address in New Jersey. Helix
Yeah.
14 has been
This reminds me a lot of Zach D films. I think it is based off of Zach D films.
shown to cure MS
Shout
in
out
a
to
single
his story, by the
12-week
way.
course. My father could save her. I took pictures of everything. Then my heart stopped when I heard the door to the office start to open. I panicked, quickly hid behind the door as it opened to reveal my father. I held my breath, stayed as still as I could, terrified.
I held
Okay,
my
cool.
breath, stayed as still as I could, terrified.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think the father and the son look anything alike. Or the main character in the story is his story. At least that's his name. The orange head, the red head. And I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think the dad looks anything like his story.
He walked into the office and put his back to me. I tried to sneak out, but he turned and saw me. What the hell do you think you're doing? My blood turned cold, and my voice trembled. I was just checking.
Blood turned cold, and my voice trembled. I
Just
was
tell him.
checking.
Just tell him that you were.
See if I left something in here. He glanced down and saw that
See if
his
I
cabinet.
left something in here. He glanced down
That's also
and saw
good.
that his cabinet.
You could have closed the cabinet. It's not that hard. Close the cabinet.
Drawer was
and
slightly
have the
open.
door.
He gritted his teeth, quietly enraged. This is exactly what he did.
Quietly enraged. This is exactly what he did.
This is exactly what he did.
before the abuse would start. I tried to leave, but he grabbed me, spun me around, and smacked me across the
Bruh.
face. Don't ever snoop around
Dude, slap him back.
where you don't belong, and don't ever forget, I will never let anyone damage my reputation. Years of feeling his wrath had built up inside me and made my gut turn to stone. My cheeks stung as I left.
Dang. Hey, yo, what? I think we need some clarification on your cheeks.
Fortunately, I was used to it. I rushed into my mom's bedroom and woke her up. Mom! Dad may have a
You're gonna
possible
take a
cure.
picture of your
Look,
mom?
I showed her
Oh.
all the documents on my phone. This is great, honey. She read further, and her face dropped. It says here, though, that Helix 14 was made in 2019. I
Okay.
was diagnosed a year
2019, so
before
this
that.
takes
He's
place in
been covering this up
2026,
for
right?
years.
A year before that. Okay, so 2018. I was.
Look at
like
these numbers.
3 when-
Westmore
2018
Pharmaceutical
happened.
makes over $4 billion a year in symptom management.
Wow. I make 20,000. I make 2 pennies a day. Is that good, guys? I make 2 pennies. 2 singular pennies.
Drugs for MS,
Isn't that a
which
lot
is
of money,
exactly
guys?
what I'm on. He could have given this drug to me 7.
Yep. Okay, guys, yeah, I forgot to tell you, I have ads. So yeah, just buy all these ads. Just buy Amazon. Yeah, just buy all these
Years ago,
things. These
a
are
quiet
all great.
rage.
You
She
should all
nodded.
buy
A
them,
quiet
and I
rage
don't
grew
even
inside of me
ads.
now, realizing that
Okay.
cold, bitter truth. She started coughing and choked up blood. Then she clutched her heart and
Bro, what is happening?
trembled. Mom,
Help her,
Mom,
go to
you okay?
hospital.
She nodded. It's not just me.
You okay? She nodded. It's not just me.
Where did the blood go? The blood was on her mouth, and now the blood is
Could have helped.
gone.
It's all the other women in my group that have been battling MS. She looked over at a
In my group that have been battling MS. She looked over at a
Wow. Bro, one of them looks like they're they're your daughter, bro. I mean, yeah, your daughter can be your friend. But I think
picture of her and 4 other women from a hospital. I was speechless. I just need to rest.
from a hospital. I was speechless.
Oh, I know.
I just
They
need
can
to
be
rest.
different. Oh, I know. At the hospital. She met them at the hospital. Okay,
Okay, I glanced at the clock. I just realized, it's your birthday, Mom. I kissed her forehead, and she closed her eyes and smiled. I'll drive you over to the park tomorrow.
Cool.
That would be
Ooh,
great.
that's
She
pretty
fell
cool.
asleep. I slept in the chair next to her
Yeah.
that night, wanting
Still
to take
wants at the park
advantage
has
of every
turtles.
moment I have left with her. I woke up, and even though we both knew my father
gonna
was
get
a
you
bastard
some-
for hiding the
okay,
cure, I had to
whatever.
put on my best smile and try to make her feel better. Let's go see
was,
some turtles,
but
Mom.
he
I looked
shouldn't,
closer at
no?
her and saw her lips.
struggling.
I looked closer at her and saw her lips.
She's dead. She died in her sleep. Her lips are purple. That is not normal. You know what? Unless she had a popsicle before she slept.
Were blue
maybe-
and her
maybe
face was
I'll
pale.
give her-
Mom, we're supposed to
And her face.
Or maybe she put on some.
Supposed to
She put on some Grimace Shake lipstick.
go to the
and
park.
maybe
My
that's why it's
guts
purple.
churned in
Or
fear as I
blue.
gently shook her. Mom, wake up, please. Wake up, Mom.
Yeah.
Someone help. Tears spilled. I thought of my father
Well,
hiding
wake
the
up.
cure. And
Wake up,
I thought of my father hiding.
bro. Hold on. Does this not look like player 456 leaning against a wall? Like
I punched a hole through the wall. I fumbled with my phone and called 911. Come quick, it's my mom.
you're
The
weak. I
paramedics
can
came,
do that
but
with
they
my
were too
pinky
late.
finger.
She was already gone. An hour later, my father put his hand on my shoulder.
Yeah.
MS is very unpredictable. I'm sorry, son. I felt a cold,
This is very unpredictable.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, son.
I still don't know what MS is. I know
stoic
cancer,
chill when I
but
looked at him.
rest
Did you
in
ever
peace,
get close to
Granny.
finding a cure for it? Even something in the trial phase? I searched and searched, but found nothing. He looked away and rubbed his palm. That's what he always did.
Nothing. He looked
Yeah.
away and rubbed his palm. That's what he always did.
Or theory, Dad killed her on purpose. He either strangled her at the night, or he put MS in her drink back in 2018.
When he lied,
That's
my
why she
blood
got
turned
MS
to
in the
ice.
first
He chose to let
place.
her die. A week later, we buried her, and that was the worst week of my life. I also hated how my dad looked forward to speaking to all the reporters right afterwards, and acting more
Yeah.
To all the reporters right after.
Reporters.
And acting more.
Bro, when one of my greatest family members died, literally no reporters came. What type of funeral is this? Unless she was like some great, unless she was like,
torn up in front of them than he was in private. My pain turned to anger as I heard him speak. I would just like to say, my wife was an incredible, loving mother who genuinely cared about the sick people of this country, just as much as we
Why is he
at
changed
Westmore
now?
Pharmaceutical
Why is
Care,
he-
and that always moved me to
Why is he not
tears.
angry
I
all
loved
the
her
time
with
now?
all my heart. His face contorted as if he was trying to muster up a tear, then
Did
tried
you?
even harder to look like he was holding
you're acting really not like it. The title is My Dad Only Cares About Money, so, you know what? She had life insurance. She had life insurance, and that's why he killed her. That's why. That's my prediction. I'm not going to change it. That's it. Keep that
back.
in your...
Such a crock. My Aunt Sylvia stood next to me at the funeral and put her arm around me. I whispered to her, "I'm really glad you're here. You're the only one that understands me." I pulled her aside and shared what I knew about the cure. She shook her head, enraged. "I figure since you're a lawyer,
Yep.
maybe there's something you can do."
A lawyer. I'm pretty great friends with some of my lawyers, actually.
Send me the documents. Let me
lawyers are
take a
pretty cool
look.
people.
I looked
Send.
Send me the documents. Let me take a look. I looked
Hey, yo, the Epstein files?
over and saw my father's longtime friend, Frank Carbone, whisper in
father's longtime friend, Frank Carbone, whisper in
Bro, what type of name is that? Last name is that? Carbone? Yo, the
my father's
Carbone.
ear.
We
Frank
carved
had
all our
ties to the
bones,
mob
dummy.
and had been working with my dad ever since I was a little kid. My dad
Yeah?
stared right at
my dad ever since I was a little kid. My dad stared right at
Bro, look at his teeth. Bro, look at the dad's teeth. Is that just me? He looks like he's from UK. He looks like he's from Britain. British.
then whispered
UK.
something to Frank.
Bruh.
I grew
Look at him.
fearful because if I was going to try and expose my father for covering up the cure, I would have to deal with Frank, and he already knew that I dug around his office. I didn't care though. My mother deserves justice, along with every other person
Frank.
struggling with this awful disease that he could actually help if he wasn't such a greedy asshole. I can't spend another second in that house with
greedy asshole. I can't
Wow.
spend another second in that house with
Well, now I can't make this for kids because he cussed. I mean, it
him.
was
Come
not
stay
like
with
I
me and we'll
made
figure out a
him
way
cuss
to
in the
expose
first
him.
place.
I rushed home before my father. I packed a bag with all my documents,
Yeah,
and on my
shout
way
out
out, I
Aunt,
saw my
bro.
father and Frank
The goat
pull into the
aunt.
driveway. I quickly hid behind the edge of some bushes and stayed
Oh,
still.
no.
They headed inside. Then I quickly jumped into my car and took off. I
Yeah?
Then I quickly jumped into my car.
Just steal their... Oh, I thought that was their car.
hopped in my
You just
car
stole
and
it.
headed to upstate New York. I knew it wouldn't be
In my car and headed to upstate New York. I knew it wouldn't
Upstate New York? What? Wait.
long before my father would put out an APB on me and tell reporters that he was so torn up that I went missing. He only
an
wanted
APB?
control. The cops would have my license plate and they would definitely make it a nationwide
Yeah, that's
search.
not
It was
true.
just after 6 a.m. when he started texting me. Where are you? I know you're up.
a.m. when he started texting me. Where are you? I know you're up.
Where are you? I know you're up to something, you devious little brat. You've always sided with your mother. What did you find in my office? Cool. I'm gonna be real with you. That looks more like a Samsung than a phone.
Something
I mean,
devious,
no,
you little
Samsung is a
brat.
phone.
You've
Never
always
mind.
sided with your mother. What did you find in my office? I ignored all of the texts, which I know drove him nuts.
But
His
you're a
last
crap. You're a
text
crap
sent an
hole.
eerie
You're a
chill up
crap
my
hole.
spine. I will find you.
Sent an eerie chill up my spine. I will find you.
I will find you.
And when I do, there will be hell to pay. I hit the gas down
And when I do, there will be hell to pay. I hit
Wow.
the gas down.
Just show the
freeway,
reporters
rushing
the
to get to my
texts.
aunt's place
It's
in a
not that
panic.
hard.
I arrived at 8 a.m. and knocked on her door. She quickly pulled me inside and I asked, "What can we do about this?" "I'm going to file for an emergency protective order to seal the evidence under whistleblower protection. Your father's legal team can't touch the documents without triggering federal obstruction. Give me your phone." I handed it over and she
Being an automotive DIY enthusiast means I'm always working on my own cars, which is why
She
I partner
crushed
with
your
Mobile One
phone?
Advanced.
crushed it under her foot. "Take this burner
Sorry,
phone
guys.
instead.
You
He's
know
probably already found
Take this burner phone instead. He's probably already found
I could have taken that
a way to
phone,
track you.
man. I
We
could've
need to
used
get
that
to a
for actual
motel." We stepped
recording.
out and saw a black Cadillac parked
a motel. We stepped out and saw a
Bruh.
black Cadillac.
across the
Frank,
street with a
Frank,
man in
is
dark
that not
shades
Frank with
watching us.
glasses?
"Go!" We quickly rushed back inside, ran through the house and out of the back door. My heart was pounding. Then I
Yeah,
felt a hard punch
yeah.
across the side of my head. The man in shades had cut us off. I hit the
That was
ground and
Frank!
my aunt rushed back inside. I didn't recognize the man as he grabbed
Yeah.
me by my shirt
Told ya.
collar and lifted me off of the ground. "Your father says you've been acting
It's
like a
Frank!
brat." "Well, guess what? You're going home to face some consequences." I struggled to get away from him, scratched and clawed, but failed. He dragged me around to the side of the house, and I was filled with dread. Then a metal baseball bat slammed him
Filled with
Crossed the
punch
back
him.
of his head. Aunt Sylvia was standing behind us. She didn't mess around.
Auntie.
He dropped to the ground like dead weight, and I got loose. We took off running. I felt a mixture of terror and relief. We hopped into her car, made it to a small motel, and checked in under a different name. We're going to need to move locations every 3 days while we build this case. Aunt Sylvia's phone rang. She stopped cold. It's your father calling me. How did he get my number? She answered. Hello? I want you to know that I've always hated you. You're a scheming, lying, arrogant bitch that thinks she's above everyone. Why don't you tell me how you really feel? Put my son on the phone, you idiot. You're already on speaker, asshole. Listen up, son. You have no idea what you're setting yourself up for
Listen up, son. You have no idea what you're setting yourself up for.
right now. And do you know that my associate is in a coma from you taking a bat to his head? Aunt Sylvia was ruthless. Good. He deserved it for putting his hand.
Sylvia was ruthless.
Freak him,
He deserved it for putting
freak.
his hand.
Freak Hank, bro. Freak Hank. I mean, not Hank. Frank. Please excuse my utterly
On your son. If there's anything you know about me, is that I will go to the ends of the earth to protect my reputation. I put that before anybody. Blood or no.
Protect my reputation. I put that before anybody.
Wow.
Blood or no.
I see why it's called My Dad Only. The title should be changed to My
Blood.
Dad
So you
Only
better
Cares
come home
About
right now, so we can
Reputation.
squash whatever it is you're planning, you little dick. I was gripped by an old fear that he had
Planning, you little dick. I was gripped
Dang.
that he had
instilled
Wow,
in me,
how
but
did
got
your
strength
father
when I
ever
saw Aunt
have
Sylvia
you?
supporting me. Hey Dad, you're a piece of shit.
Aunt Sylvia supporting me.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, you're a piece of shit.
Aunt Sylvie looks younger than
Letting mom die, and I will
history
never
reveals
ever
it.
let this go. Get ready for some karma, you fucking dickhead. I hung up and tossed her phone. Aunt Sylvia was
Dickhead.
Oh dang!
Aunt Sylvia was
Dang, man! Dang, man! That's the craziest diss I've heard in a long time, man.
out of me.
Shout
Okay,
out-
first things first. We need
History.
to find the creator of Helix
Hold on.
14 and
This
find out
story.
where they're at in the process of the cure. I suddenly remembered the pictures I had taken on my phone. I showed her all of the pictures that
Yeah.
highlighted the documents. His name's John Kendrick. I took a picture of him and his wife at my father's office, and I have his address. Good. We arrived at John Kendrick's house, made sure no one was
John
following us, and knocked on the door. It swung open. His wife stepped out with a
Hurry up!
on the door. It swung open. His wife stepped out with a
shotgun, cocked
that
it,
Aunt
and stuck it in
Sylvie's
our
lost
faces.
cousin?
What do you want? We both put our arms up in surrender. My throat tightened in terror.
both put our arms up in surrender. My
Yeah.
throat tightened in terror.
Bro, imagine just greeting your neighbor. They're just a new neighbor, and you just want to give them some lemons, and then they just pop up with a shotgun and shoot you. Like, okay, Eva,
Come in
YouTube, don't
peace, ma'am. My name's
demonetize
Sylvia.
me.
This is my
These
nephew.
guys
We're
are
planning to take
fine.
Westmore Pharmaceutical to court over Helix 14. She glared at us, skeptical. I quietly panicked as my legs shook. I gently asked, is your husband,
Yeah?
John Kendrick, available? She lowered her shotgun and
Panic.
stared down at the ground. He was found dead 6 months
I
ago
thought she-
in an apparent
the-
suicide. If you ask me, he was taken out by Westmore's hired gun because the autopsy came back inconclusive, and even the man that did the
Wow.
autopsy somehow ended up missing. I felt so sad
The autopsy somehow
for what she'd been through. Aunt Sylvia was at a loss, so I stepped forward. Please, miss, I'm the CEO of Westmore's son. He let my mother die, and we have proof. We will take this to the highest
Yeah.
court possible. I love
we will take this to the highest
Yeah.
court possible. I love
my mother
Yeah,
very
yeah.
much, and I will not sleep until I find her justice.
very much, and I will not sleep until I find her justice.
I don't. When was the last time you slept, bro? I think you need to.
And that's
Just
not
take
to
a
mention
small
the
nap for
thousands
10
of other
minutes.
people dealing with this disease that could be saved in the future. She softened and let us in. So, what do you need
Thousands
from
of
me?
other
Aunt
people,
Sylvia
yeah.
explained. We'll need you to testify. The woman grew nervous. I don't think that will be possible.
Yeah.
I value my life.
What
I
is
understand the fear.
That will be possible. I value my life. I understand.
But these
Oh,
people
wait,
need
no,
to be
yeah.
held
Oh,
accountable
I
for what they've
know
done.
what
She still wasn't sure, so I added. And both of us have already chosen to put our lives on the line. We're just as scared as you are. That made us relatable.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll
cool.
testify. I shook her hand, deeply appreciative. In the meantime, you should probably go and stay in a...
Brody, bro.
In the meantime, you should probably go and stay in a
This sounds like a GTA mission. I'm not gonna lie. I feel that I'm gonna be fully for real with you. The graphics look like GTA 5. This is literally a GTA 6 mission. They're spoiling GTA 6. This is GTA 6 new mission.
hotel somewhere under a different name.
GTA
Once
6
these people
missions.
find out that you might help us, it might get ugly. She glanced over at her ailing
us. It might get ugly. She glanced over at her ailing
Oh dang!
grandfather, who was sitting in a wheelchair. That's gonna be tough. But it's also why I keep Lucille close to me. I was confused. Lucille? She held up her shotgun. Oh, right. So look, I need
Lucille.
access to your husband's lab so we
That's
can
the
gather
name.
all the
Yeah,
scientific
cool.
evidence that will prove the cure actually worked. She handed us a key and gave us an address.
The evidence.
and gave us an address.
What? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to zoom in. West Carter, 742 Evergreen Terrace, apartment, I think that's what it stands for, 3B, Portland, Orlando, 9.
There's a hard drive in the drawer of his desk that has everything you need about the cure on it. We rushed over to her husband's lab, and as she was driving, she showed me a picture of a man that looked like an ex-criminal. Who's that? That's Otis. We're probably gonna need his help soon. If something happens to me, you call him immediately. Down his number. I did what she said. We entered the lab and saw cobwebs and dust everywhere. I grabbed the hard drive out of his desk drawer and excitedly showed Aunt Sylvia. This is it.
I grabbed the hard drive out of his desk drawer.
Grab the hard drive. Yay! Why did I pause?
Our proof. I stuck it in my pocket and we started heading out when all of the lights went out. What happened?
Stuck it in my pocket and we started heading out when all of the lights went out.
Wait, how is that gonna help? I missed it. I'm not going back. But how is that? Wait, no, it is gonna help. It's a hard drive.
The sound of a door opening and footsteps rapidly approaching. Did you hear that? Yeah, we need to hide. We
Okay.
rushed down a
It's the
sterile,
door.
cold hallway and slipped into a lab with tons of strange bottles with
Hurry
cloudy
up!
liquid
Why
and
are
multicolored
you
liquid vials.
walking?
Aunt Sylvia hid under a desk and I panicked because
Now you're jogging.
And Sylvia hid under a desk and I panicked because
They're gonna find you under a desk. I'm gonna be real with you.
I couldn't find a
You
spot.
better
The
hide on,
footsteps
like,
were getting
the
closer.
ceiling.
My
That's
heart
better.
was racing. Then I finally found a supply closet and got in. I could see through a thin crack in the door and saw my
Yeah, that's a great spot.
crack in the door and saw
worst
thought you were in
nightmare.
a
Frank
pool.
Carbone walked in with a gun drawn. My guts burned with terror. He must have been watching this.
my guts burned with terror.
I think he could see you through that. That's just a small crack, not a big crack. It's just a small crack. Definitely not a big crack.
Lab and saw us. Frank was making his way closer to Aunt Sylvia. I could see her trembling under the desk. He was getting closer and closer to her.
Being an automotive DIY enthusiast means I'm always working on my own cars, which is why I partner with Mobile One Advanced.
Panicked,
Guys,
needed to
get
create a
Mobile
distraction.
One.
I was
That's
closer
what
to the
y'all
door, so I slipped out of the closet, smashed a few bottles off of a table, and took off running into the hallway. He saw me rush out and didn't chase me at first. I made it out into the hallway and bolted into another lab that had a biohazard sign on the door.
Bruh,
I rushed
run
in and
faster.
smelled an intense odor of rotten eggs and ammonia. I covered my nose and mouth and gagged. I was instantly
Ew.
horrified because there was no place to hide. There was only a
Close the
large room with a
door.
table in the middle that had all of these test tubes that had some type of blue liquid. Frank appeared and saw me,
throw the
holding his
test
gun
tubes
by
at
his
him.
side. There's nowhere to go, kid. You're stuck. So, here's what's gonna happen. You're going to go home to your daddy right now and completely forget what you think you know. Your father's just looking out for you and he loves you. Yeah, right.
Your father's just looking
Yeah.
out for you and he loves
Yeah,
you.
he's totally.
Yeah, right.
That dad is the best father I've ever seen in my life. Let's give a round of applause to that father. Woo! That's the best
By sending
father.
two guys with guns to come after us. That's real love. He's just scared that I'll expose the truth about what he's been hiding. Frank clenched his teeth. Don't piss me off. I will beat your little ass.
Clenched his teeth. Don't piss me off. I will beat you.
Don't.
Bring it on. I will never go back home. He let out a wicked smile. Fine by me.
Never go back
Bring
home.
it
He let out a
on.
wicked smile. Fine by me.
Bro, what is that smile? Bro, that
He
is not
lunged
a
at me
smile.
across
He
the
looks
center
like
table.
he's in
I
pain.
grabbed the closest test tube and hurled it at his face. It crashed
Throw
into
the
his
blue
eyes, and
blue
whatever
vial.
liquid was inside burned his face. He dropped his gun, covered his eyes, and
told you.
screamed, "Ah! I'm
Wait,
gonna kill you, you
more.
little bastard!"
Get the
I grabbed
gun.
his gun off of the floor, kicked in his knee, locked him into the room,
Dang,
and took
what
off
did
running.
that do?
His knee, locked him into the room, and took off running.
That's not possible. You can only lock the room if you're inside the room and
Yeah.
then lock it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I made it
Maybe
back
he
to where
just,
Aunt Sylvia was hiding,
he just
looked
meant
into
it
the
that
room,
way.
and saw Aunt Sylvia on the ground, covered in blood. My heart sank, and I rushed down to her. Frank had shot her before chasing after me. No, no,
Rest in
no. Where you
peace.
hit? It doesn't matter, kiddo. You have all the evidence you need in that hard drive. Call Otis. He'll help you. She handed me a folded note with a list of instructions written on it. I couldn't hold back the tears as she took her last few breaths and faded away. I gripped onto her hand as my tears dripped down. Then I heard gunshots. Frank was firing out at the glass window of the lab and busting out of the room. I kissed my fingers and touched Aunt
How do you
Sylvia's
make that
cheek and took
bad?
off running.
My fingers and touched Aunt Sylvia's cheek and took off running.
I made it out of the lab, jumped in my car, and sped away before Frank
Okay, good.
Jumped in my car and sped away before
could
That's
get
what
me.
you call
As I was
speeding while you're
driving, I
going 10
immediately
miles
looked.
per hour.
get me. As I was driving, I immediately looked.
Okay. Dear by Sylvia, I do known to file to what is that word? you can.
At her list of
I'm not reading this.
At her list of
No, I need you. I'm gonna read it. Fine. Then you firm time a case.
instructions. She gave me a step-by-step list of how to file the case and be my own lawyer. Then I called the number she gave me, and after 2 rings, a man answered. Who is this? Hi, I'm Sylvia's nephew. She told me to call
Who is this? Oh, it's Otis.
Sylvia's nephew. She told me to call
You know how rare it is to have 2 different colored eyes, and then not only for it to be blue and green, and have
I heard a
red
heavy sigh
hair.
on the other end.
That's
Since you're
pretty
calling
rare.
me, I can only assume the very worst about Sylvia. Is that correct? I swallowed my pain. Unfortunately, yes. I'll
Yeah.
text you an address at this number.
Unfortunately, yes. I'll text you.
Hold on, guys. Grandma, I'm making a video. Shush.
Of where to meet. He ended the call. I was confused because who was
Alright,
this
guys, I'm
guy?
back.
And how did he know my aunt? I arrived at the address he texted me,
Yeah,
and it was an
yeah,
abandoned
bro, who is
warehouse.
Otis?
The place really creeped me out, but I was trusting my aunt here. I walked in and saw an old man with a gray
not
beard
really-
and
that's
blue
not even that
eyes. He
creepy,
shook
bro.
my hand. I'm Otis. Your aunt and I go way back. I was in the military with her brother, and she only called me when things had
Bruh.
turned violent, so to speak. Tell me everything. He made me some coffee.
Violent, so to speak. Tell me everything. He made me some coffee.
Yeah, this is literally the craziest GTA mission of my life, bro.
And I caught
It's
him up
not
to
my life,
speed.
of
So
his life.
basically, you need me to protect you until you make it through the court case. Yes, all right. I do believe that protection is my expertise. He opened
Obviously.
up a
Why do
walk-in
you think I
closet
called
space and
you?
showed me a massive cache of weaponry, guns, grenades, you
Of
name it.
course.
I've dealt with the mafia a few times before. They only respond to a
grenades.
buffet
I
of
love
bullets.
gun
He laughed at his own phrase and puffed on a cigar. I was alarmed by him
I
at
love a
first,
buffet
then
of
kind of
bullets.
liked the
That's
guy.
nice.
He was a true old badass. I need to get to the court so I can file the case. We hopped into his bulletproof
he was.
SUV and
Case. We hopped into his bulletproof SUV.
Bro, what type of court is this? It just says court on the front. This is the most unrealistic court of my life. Who is this? Hold on, let me zoom in. Who is this guy? Who is this guy?
drove downtown
What is
to
he
the
doing
courthouse.
here?
We stepped out, and he wore a long black trench coat that hid his weaponry. He walked just behind me, and his eyes
That's cool.
He walked just behind me.
Bro, they're not even moving. The people in the background aren't even moving.
were scanning everywhere. What do you need to give the judge? All of the documents, which include the Helix 14 cure, the thumb drive
Yeah, all
that
the
shows the
documents,
facts of the
bro.
cure,
You
the
need to
acquisition
understand the-
timeline,
the
and my mom's
files.
diagnosis date. Plus, I'm listing my father as the mastermind criminal behind
Yeah.
everything, along with hiring Frank Carbone to threaten me and murder Aunt Sylvia. That criminal file goes straight to the Department
telling
of
you, it's life
Justice. I
insurance.
like your style.
3 Seaweeds, 3 Ways, Korean Household Edition. Using Gimme Seaweed. In
Guys,
honor
y'all
of
should
eight-
get
You're not only
seaweed.
poking the
This is
hornet's
what that
nest,
ad
you're
is
kicking it in the
advertising.
nuts.
Not
He
getting it.
cackled maniacally again. I had to smile. We walked out, and then both saw a nearby TV playing in a bar. My jaw dropped in
Nearby TV.
What is what?
absolute
Like the-
shock when I saw my own
Okay,
face on the
okay.
news. I listened to the reporter. Breaking news.
Face on the news. I listened to
Cool.
the reporter. Breaking news.
Charles Westmore's son, Danny Westmore, is wanted by police because he's the #1 suspect of murdering his own aunt. No, bro. You don't even got
Charles
proof.
Westmore's son, Danny Westmore, is wanted by police because he's the #1 suspect of murdering his own aunt.
Bruh.
Here's his father speaking to reporters. Then my dad came on and put on the same big bullshit crocodile tears he always puts on. I am devastated. My own
Bruh.
son is off of his medication and is having a severe mental episode. I can't believe he would hurt his own aunt like this. If anyone sees him, please, I'm begging.
Own aunt like this. If anyone sees him,
Bro, I don't think he even takes medicine unless he's sick. Like everybody. Well, not everybody. No, cool people take medicine actually a lot of the time. And if you're that person, you should subscribe. And you should know that if anybody lets you feel down about having a disability, never trust them. You're always cool. And when people call you special as a bad thing, take time to think of it as a good thing. I mean, you're different and you're
You. Just bring him home. He covered his mouth as if he was breaking down. What a crock. Yeah, we should go. Like, now. I glanced around and saw everyone.
we should go. Like now. I glanced around and saw everyone.
Bro, it's this guy again. What is this guy doing?
The bar staring
here?
at me. My heart pounded, and we quickly hopped back into the SUV.
Yeah.
Heart
Why are you looking at him?
Quickly hopped back into
Peeled
the
out. I can't
Nobody chased
freaking
him
believe it.
down?
That dick is framing me to be the crazy one. We just need to keep you out of sight until the case begins. A week later,
to keep you out of sight until the case begins. A week
Yeah,
later.
great job. Look at all these people. All of these people are about to see you.
the case began, and I stood in front of the judge. My father was
Yeah.
Began, and I stood in front of the judge.
Oh,
My
that's
father
the
was
dad. That's the dad.
there with his lawyer. My stomach churned as we made eye contact. The judge addressed me. Mr. Danny Westmore, you do realize that you are wanted by the
Mr. Danny Westmore. You do realize that you are wanted by the
Bro, in every story video, this is the lawyer.
police. I do, Your Honor. Then tell me why I shouldn't just have you arrested right now. Because the
Tell me
truth...
why I shouldn't just have you arrested right now.
Because
the truth.
that's a terrible lawyer. Because he hasn't even said anything yet, and you're just gonna say, oh yeah, all right, let's just throw him in jail because he hasn't said anything yet.
Inside of those files will shock the world.
Inside of those files will shock the world.
What type of files?
There were gasps in the crowd, and all I ask is that a jury of my peers judge for themselves. My father's lawyer arrogantly spoke. This is completely
Yeah, judge
ridiculous,
yourselves,
Your
guys.
Honor.
Arrogantly spoke. This is completely.
The entire
This is
world knows that
completely
this...
ridiculous.
The entire world knows that this.
Bro, what is this face? I'm not to be rude, but you look like an entity from the back rooms with look at these eyes. Look at these eyes. It looks like he's seen
little
some bad
jerk
things.
committed murder and went off of his meds and is completely insane. My client and many others have already confirmed it. The entire court stared at me.
Others have already confirmed it. The entire court stared at me.
The proof that you confirmed it. You can't
I
just
felt
say you
the weight of
confirmed
the
it without
world on my
proving that you
shoulders.
confirmed it.
My father had made me the bad guy. I closed my eyes in quiet terror. The judge thought on it, then spoke to me. If the jury doesn't see enough evidence in your favor, I will put you behind bars myself. I got a glimpse of hope because I now had a chance to prove my case. Day one was insane. I prepared my case.
Prove your case.
Insane. I prepared my case.
Can I read this?
And noticed
I
my
can't read
hands
that. I'm
trembling
not
with
reading that. He's gonna
fear.
read it
This was my
already.
only shot at exposing the truth. I had to overcome it. Then I took a deep breath and very simply spoke from the heart. My father systematically
Bro,
let
hurry
my
up.
mother and thousands of others die without ever trying to help them all so he could get richer. My father's
Yeah.
lawyer jolted up. Objection, Your Honor. The judge accepted his objection,
Yeah.
but let me continue. I will prove that my father is out to destroy me after sending his own
Yeah.
close friend and notorious mobster, Frank Carbone, after me.
Mobster Frank Carbone after me.
So what happened to Frank Carbone? You threw that blue thing at him, and then you ran away.
I looked out at the crowd and saw Frank. His face was charred on one side, and he
he's
was
there.
wearing an
Don't
eye
worry.
patch. He was glaring at me with his one good eye. Day one concluded, and I went back to Otis's warehouse. He made me some dinner. Tonight might get a little rough. Why do you say that? Because
Ooh,
two
nice.
Lincoln Town cars followed us from the court. Should we go and spend the night at a police station? Nah, I'm comfortable here with all my gear. I figure if they want to attack us, they can bring it on. He sipped on a glass of whiskey, puffed on his cigar, and I've never seen a man more relaxed
Dang. Don't tell me this cool guy dies. No more death.
and in his
for
own
the-
element.
for the
I was
rest of my life. No
terrified,
more
but
death.
got some relief, seeing how confident he was. 3 a.m. hit, and I jolted awake when I heard Otis. There's been a breach. 4 guys, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Take this. He handed me a shotgun. It's loaded. All you gotta do is point and pull the trigger if you see anyone but me come in.
Do is point and pull the trigger if you see anyone but me come in
Wouldn't that like
This room.
blast
Got
your
it?
ears off or something?
this room. Got it?
If you're complaining that I paused so much, then you shouldn't be watching my reaction.
I hesitated, gripped by fear. He got in my face. Listen to me, son. These men want to end
He got in my face. Listen to me, son. These men want to end.
Listen to me, son, young chips. You're not that guy, pal.
It's either them or
You're not
us.
that guy,
I need
pal.
you to strap up your big boy pants and get
Them or us. I need you to strap up your big boy pants and get.
Who says that anymore? Who says
a hold of
strap up
yourself.
your
Got it?
big
I took a
boy
deep
pants?
breath and turned my terror into a focused rage. Yes, sir. I stood in the corner of the room, held up the shotgun, and waited. Otis rushed out and didn't make a sound. I heard several footsteps, the loud pops, then yelling, then complete silence. I could feel my heart pounding.
I finally found the perfect tack for a bouncy blowout. Summer has
Was that
finally
ye-
arrived,
did
so I'm
they
going to show you the most
say yay?
efficient way to sell
I
your...
didn't hear that.
in my throat. It matched the ticking of the
Bruh,
clock on the
I
wall
don't
above
care.
me. I waited. Then I heard more loud pops, and Otis yelled out, "Run,
Dang,
kid! kid? Run! I lost my breath. What did that mean? Was he hit? I stepped out of the room and saw smoke enveloping the main floor of the warehouse. I crouched down and made my way through the smoke and saw Otis laying on the floor on his back. Blood covered his chest and he was trembling. I whispered in a panic. Where are you hit? Leave me be. Run. Go out the back. Now. I listened to him and headed through the smoke and saw 3 deceased mobsters laying sprawled out. My stomach turned and I had to look away so I didn't get sick. Then out of nowhere, I slammed into Frank Carbone and dropped my shotgun. I was horrified when I looked up at him. He had a vicious gaze in his eyes. I'm gonna enjoy this, you little dick. He slammed several heavy punches across my face, busted my nose and bloodied up my lip. He aimed his gun down at me. I saw my mother's face and got incredibly sad in that moment. Then I closed my eyes, not wanting to see the barrel of the gunfire. In complete darkness, I heard the gunshot go off. But the strange part was that I didn't feel anything touch my body. Nothing. I opened my eyes and saw Frank Carbone fall to his knees with a gaping hole in his chest. He face planted, and that was it. I looked behind me and saw Otis holding a smoking gun. He smiled at me, took one more puff on his cigar, then passed away. What a bad mother bleep. I called the police, and they documented everything for the court case. I walked into court, and my father's eyes bulged when he saw me. I felt a steel resolve in my gut. You're not seeing a ghost, Dad. You're seeing a survivor, and you are screwed. Both sides presented their case, and the jury got to read all of the evidence that I had presented. Mrs. Kendrick presented the facts about her dead husband and the Helix 14 cure. I was proud of her for standing up and honoring her late husband. I also brought in 20 MS patients that were all on my father's drug that barely dealt with their symptoms. Each one took the stand and confronted him. You knew all along about a potential cure and all you did was lie, you greedy bastard. You're a disgrace to humanity. I hope you burn and rot in hell. He sunk in his chair and wanted to disappear because the thing he hated most was his reputation getting ruined. He covered his face and squirmed like a little bitch. The jury deliberated.
Get ruined.
3 hours, came back, and handed the judge their verdict. I was overcome with a wicked feeling of dread. My father was a very powerful man, and I thought he probably had this rigged somehow. Then the judge read, the jury finds the defendant, Charles Westmore, guilty on counts of pharmaceutical fraud, criminal suppression of a regulated medical compound, obstruction of justice, criminal negligence in connection with patient deaths, and conspiracy to commit murder. I hereby sentence you to life in prison, Mr. Westmore. My father horror. No, this isn't fair, Your Honor. Make an appeal. Do something. Oh God. He collapsed. I locked eyes with him one more time. That's for Mom, you piece of shit. His pharmaceutical company was ordered.
Dang, I'm reading this. In the High Court of Justice Civil Division, case number HC24CO9112, in the matter of the Public Health Act 1884 and the matter of Helix 14 compound, before the Honorable Mr. Justice Eldridge, dated 12th day of May 2024, upon the application of the claimant, the People's Health Initiative, and upon reading the evidence filed and hearing counsel for all parties, this court orders Pharmacy compound known as Helix 14 is hereby released into the public domain effective immediately. All intellectual property rights, patients, and exclusivity held by O'Neill Gen Pharmacy LD regarding Helix 14 are hereby revoked and extinguished. Public trials for HRLIX 14 Helix, is that Helix? For the treatment of neurodegenerative disorders shall begin forthwith, supervised by the National Institute of Health Research, which is NHIR. The defendant shall immediately relinquish all funulations, data, and research concerning Helix 14 of the Ministry of Health of Public Dissemination. Courts in the cause by the court. Sealed and signed, Arthur
To release
Eldridge.
Helix
I'm
14
never
into the
reading
public
again in my
domain
life.
and start clinical trials immediately. I trembled with tears of relief. They were forced to pay 3.2 billion in damages towards MS patients. I walked out of that court.
Dang! I only get paid 2 cents. Oh wait, no, you said he died, bro. You can't lie in your stories.
And was
That's
really
not-
happy
you
when I
can't lie
saw
in
Otis
stories.
standing out front wearing an arm brace and puffing on another stogie. I hugged him. I thought you were gone.
Bro, I
Nah,
thought
I'm a
Otis
stubborn
was
bastard.
dead,
You
bro.
win? Oh yeah. We shared a smile and shook each other's hands. I went straight to my mother's grave and laid down some
Dang.
flowers. I did it, Mom. You can rest in peace. Nah, I'm a stubborn
Dang.
bastard. You win? Oh yeah, we shared a smile
go
and shook
back.
each other's hands.
This is
I
really
went
important. I saw something.
We shared a smile and shook each other's hands.
If you look at the little turtle, because his mom left her.
straight to my mother's grave and laid down some flowers. I did it, Mom. You can rest in peace knowing that the truth saw the light of day. Love you, Mom. Oh, and here. I pulled out a chessboard and a small stuffed turtle and set it down next to her grave. Here you go, Mom, just in case someone wants to play in heaven.
Basemoji
so
has tons
sad.
of awesome themes, fonts, and text art to choose from.
That was the video. Let me know if y'all want me to react to more his story. Anyways, that's the end of the video.